flood of Noah was more than just an exciting boat ride for he and his family. There was a lot going on, and it speaks to us in our day. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3, the Torah portion, Noach. Let's go into chapter 7 of the book of Bereshit, or Genesis. And let's begin reading with verse number 10. And it came to be after 7 days that the waters of the flood were on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, and the second new moon, the 17th day of the new moon, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of the heavens were opened, and the rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. So where did all this water come from? Two ways. One, it says that the fountains of the deep were opened up. The general idea and understanding is then that not only was it rain upon the earth causing a flood, but rather geysers were erupting out of the earth with hot, scalding waters. The rabbis say that the waters of the flood were sulfuric, therefore they were hot and boiling. So not only were those who were outside the ark drowning, but they were also being basically boiled alive. Not a pleasant thought. But the geysers would have penetrated what had existed previously. Creation scientists say that up until this flood event, that the earth was surrounded by a vapor canopy, and it rendered the heavens a pink color instead of our common blue as the present day. That this vapor canopy basically had a greenhouse effect upon the earth, so that waters did not come as in the form of rain on a regular basis, but rather a mist came out of the earth, as we see in the previous Torah portion, and a vapor of dew and water came up and watered vegetation on a regular basis. If that is so, and then the geysers shot high enough into the air, it could have penetrated the vapor canopy, and then the vapor canopy dissolved. All of that water then would have fallen upon the earth. In addition to the waters coming out of the midst of the earth had enough volume of waters overall to cover even the highest of mountains. And so the entire earth was covered in water. Now, a question might be asked, well, why couldn't Yah have just sent a plague and let the disease kill all of the unrighteous? Why didn't he use some other method? Why drowning? Why cover the earth with water? He basically produced a mikvah. A mikvah is an immersion into water so that one's status is changed. According to the teachings of the Torah, when someone has come out of sickness, when they have been exposed to that which is death, when they've come off a battlefield, when a woman has ended her monthly cycle, numerous situations where there is ritual uncleanness upon a being, they immerse themselves completely in water, and then when they come up, their ritual status has changed. Water obviously is a cleansing agent. We use it all the time for that purpose. And so the earth was being cleansed. It was being mikvahed, and the earth and its status was being changed. So when we look at what is said here, not only was the fountains of the great deep broken up, but the windows of the heavens were opened. The heavens here is the word ha-shamayim. I'll try to spell that for you. H-A-S-H-A-M-A-Y-I-M. Mayim you may recognize as the latter half of that word, meaning water. The rabbis teach that the front half of that word comes from the word ish for fire. So the heavens seems to be a mixture of fire and water. If you remember in one of the plagues that Moshe brought down upon Mitzrayim or Egypt, great hailstones fell upon the ground, and when this frozen water hit the ground, fire ran along across the ground after the ice broke open. So there was fire being contained inside of ice. That is not a physical realm reality. It just doesn't happen that way. So we understand that then our natural heavens, we understand the evaporation and condensation and then falling process. Water goes up, it's condensed, it gets heavy, it falls back down. So we have patterns of rain. Beyond that, though, there seems to be a spiritual realm connection to this flood, not just a physical realm, natural calamitous event, but rather that the hand of Yah from the heavens is also involved. And so we see then that fire is a part of those heavens. Could it be, not encouraging word here, but could it be that as we understand that once again, Yah is going to judge the heavens and the earth, not this time with water, but this time with fire? That as fire would fall from the heavens, that maybe volcanic eruptions would be taking place on the earth, that as waters rose to meet the falling waters, that fire will rise to meet the falling fire. Don't want to be a part of that event. Nevertheless, we understand that Yah will not only have the power to cleanse the earth through a mikveh of water, but also a mikveh of smoke and fire. If you think about Mount Sinai, when Yah came down upon the mountain, what did he do? He mikvah'd the mountain in smoke. When you go into the Holy of Holies as the high priest once a year, it is mikvah'd, or the individual is mikvah'd in the smoke of incense. Interesting. Native American culture has a mikveh not only of water, but they also use smoke. And they use a feather fan and they blow smoke and pull it up and over them. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's not pagan, it's not a witch doctor process. It is a very intense spiritual step of mikvahing your body in smoke to enter into his presence. Maybe more on that some other time. Now, understanding what we're looking at then, that we are cleansing the earth. Why does the earth need to be cleansed? Well, if you will remember in Bereshit chapter number 3, it says that the ground is cursed. And when it came to time to curse Adam, Yah said, "Cursed is the ground because of you, and toil you to eat of it all the days of your life. And the ground shall bring forth thorns and thistles for you." Now that is chapter 3, verse 17 and verse 18. Now, if we consider then that the earth is bearing a curse, we can understand what Rav Shaul, the Apostle Paul, said in the book of Romans, chapter number 8. He says, beginning with verse number 20, "For the creation was subjected to futility, not from choice, but because of him who subjected it in anticipation, that the creation itself also shall be delivered from the bondage to corruption into the esteemed freedom of the children of Elohim. For we know that all the creation groans together and suffers the pains of childbirth together until now." So there's a time then that Yah says through this apostle that he is going to relieve the curse of the ground. Now, you may go into nature and see the beauty of nature. There's many spectacular sights the world over, the state of Virginia in particular. And you may find that your mouth hangs open in awe of the wonder of Yah's handiwork. But at the same time, the ground is limited. We have not seen the productivity of the earth to its capacity and ability yet because of the curse. So we understand then that Yah has a work that he is doing in the earth. Now consider this. If what's going on in the earth is a mirror representation of what's going on in the heavenlies, what does that say in the days of violence in the earth? What does it say about what's going on in the heavenlies? We'll pick up on that tomorrow. Until then, shalom.